Welcome to listen our podcast. We are Joni and Sarah, and together we live in this camper van. And today our podcast is called Spain by Camper Van. Before this, we both never ever traveled in a mainland of Spain because we did not have any interest towards that country. But after we did travel it with our camper van, it totally changed everything.
So I think also in future we will be spending at least winters in Spain. Summers are not that, let's say,
They are too hot.
Finnish friendly. It's too hot for us.
Exactly. But the winters are great because it's the most warmest and sunniest place to be in Europe during the winter months. So no wonder Spain is very popular among the expats. And Spain is really a versatile country because people usually think about Spain, the sangria, paella, football, beaches, sun. That's also true, but there's mountains, rivers, like isolated areas.
What we have learned about traveling in Spain with the camper van, it's really easy. We thought it would be really hard.
We have heard horror stories before we did travel it.
Yeah, and people told that it's really hard to actually wild camp. It's really hard to find services. It's really, I don't know. We have really negative imagine on our brains.
Because we listened some of the people saying it's illegal to wild camp there or find a parking spot.
The truth was so far away from that talk.
Yeah. There is a difference between the wild camping and parking in Spain. So it means parking with your motorhome is totally tolerated and spending overnights. But if you lay all your camping gear around and stay there for a longer period of time, then
or
it's not.
You make noise or anything, it's totally different. So wild camping, no.
Parking.
But it's tolerated in winter times in some areas.
Yeah, even if there's a sign.
And what we talk about signs, there ain't that much no wild camping or no camping signs. Usually they are only on this
very popular places
or in the beach boulevard, where common sense tells you that you don't wild camp there. It's not place for wild camping. So otherwise there ain't that much signs saying no camping.
Yeah. And if you avoid big cities and these tourist destinations, you can find a perfectly place to spend the night all alone.
So usually 20 minutes from the coastal line or 20-minute drive from popular places, you can find your own place to spend the night.
Yeah, and it was so amazing to see.
It was also nice to see in Spain that there is a lot of gravel roads that you can take and find really hidden gems and tranquility in middle of nature.
Exactly. And usually every gravel road is totally drivable and you can drive there. If they do not want you to drive there with a vehicle, they will put a sign there. So it's like no-brainer.
Yeah, and also there are millions and millions and millions of signs saying which part of the land is private owned.
Yeah.
There is this black
and white square box.
So if you see those, just don't go there, go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Also, as I said, Spain is really easy country. What comes to services, there are stellplatzes everywhere in the country. And even when we were there for over a year, I think over 10 stellplatzes opened on that time.
Yeah.
Usually to the big, not big cities, but small towns. They open up their own stellplatz there, and there's normal services, water dumping, and also parking for short term. Really easy to actually travel there.
Spain is so familiar with the tourists, so they really put effort to these things. So it was wonderful to see. And when they see there's a lot of camper vans, they make services for those.
So people go there on also the smaller towns.
Yeah, for the designated parking.
Yes. We also learned about camper van services that we don't use them in future in Spain. Only Fiat licensed services.
Yeah, we had a little mishaps and problems with our auto caravan and the mañana reality and too laid back
Life, like smacked to our face.
Yeah.
It had happened also to our friends, so it's not
many of our friends.
So it's not just us. They fucked our van on the service. They didn't, answer any of our complaints. They just ignored them, and that has happened also to our friends. So in future, if we ever need some services to our camper van, we also always go to the Fiat service.
Yeah.
Because we got great service from there.
Fiat service is a little bit pricier, but then you get things done, and in the long run, it gets cheaper.
Yeah, and also, if you are long-term traveling, you need to make your laundry. We found that Spain is really easy to find self-service laundries, and they are really cheap.
Incredible cheap.
So it was like €6 per month or €8 per month that we paid for making the laundry. So we get them like cleaned and also dried straight to our cupboard. So we didn't actually even think about doing our laundry by hand.
Yeah.
Because it's so small cost.
All our towels and blankets and pillows, you can wash them in so cheap price. Only bad thing about those self-service laundrettes, it's you cannot put your detergents there yourselves. There's a machine that puts it. And it's very heavily scented. And usually we like to use like non-scented soaps and detergents. So everything smells like roses after you have done laundry in Spain.
What we went for Spain is nature and nature sites. And it was the greatest country to do that because, as we said, the variety of things there is so vast.
Yeah, there's Atlantic coast, Mediterranean, Pyrenees mountains, there's a desert, hills, lakes, reservoirs, rivers, everything.
Crystal clear water on the lakes and rivers, and it's really unique place in Europe because there's everything in one country.
Exactly. And one of the most beautiful places that we have been in Europe was in Spain, and it was called the Ordesa Valley. So it's next to the French border in the mountains area. And the place itself is not very huge, but there's a beautiful, unique rocks like Arizona type rocks and valley and rivers and these nature pools and crystal clear waters and forest and mountains and waterfalls, and the beauty continues in the French side, and it's called in the Gavarnie Valley in that side. So that is unique place because there's so much different things in a small area.
And also what we fell in love with Spain, that there's a lot of picnic places. Spanish people love to go to picnics with their families, and
they eat a lot of food.
Yeah, so there's a huge picnic places where it's like 10 to 100 fireplaces
and tables.
It's really easy to find them.
They are in the nature.
They are really great place to actually spend overnight and also just enjoy making Spanish food. What comes to the coastal line, there is two coastal lines, so Mediterranean and Atlantic. It's really weird to actually see that the average age drops like 30 years when you go to the Atlantic coast, to Tarifa and Cadiz.
Yeah, where the bigger waves are.
Yeah, so there's also surfers and also younger people there. And when you go to the Mediterranean Sea...
It's just old people like us.
Yes, so it's place for us.
Yeah. Not so hectic, but yeah. You can find a beautiful sunsets in the Atlantic coast, and the coastline is much rougher there, and like big waves, and it's amazing, beautiful place.
And driving in Spain, it's really easy. Driving culture, how would I say? Let's say some people don't know how to drive a lot, so you have to always keep your eyes open and see what is happening around you. But in general, it's a safe place to drive. There is some weird things that they do. For example, in roundabouts, they blink inside of the roundabout until they go out. Yeah, it's a good thing. But otherwise, two-lane roundabouts, be careful. Have your eyes everywhere around you, because it's a random driving in two-lane roundabouts.
Yeah.
Some know how to use them.
Most cases, nope.
Nope. So you are always like feeling the vibe. Is the car next to you gonna ram you or not?
Yeah. Parking can be sometimes a bit chaotic looking, but it works.
So
if you are not blocking anybody, it's totally tolerated, even you break all the traffic rules.
So if you can actually park that you can harm or you don't block anything, just park there. What comes to the bigger roads, motorways, there is some paid motorways in Spain. They are coming less and less in future, but we haven't actually used them. It's like 80 euros, I think, if you drive through eastern coastline, through paid roads nowadays. But yeah, we usually drive those smaller roads, and which are free. They cost like it takes time, like 1 or 2 hours more, but
we don't care because we are slow traveling. But roads in Spain are in good condition overall, even like a smaller gravel roads or something. If you drive there, you can be assured there's no like a roadblock or the half of the road is falling to the cliff or something. You can trust it.
Yeah, it's always drivable. And yeah, gravel roads, tarmac roads, smaller roads, everything is really good roads.
And there's a lot of roads in Spain if you compare for Greece, where it's not that many.
Even
roads.
the mountainous area, they have these gravel roads that go around the area a lot. And usually they are open, that you can actually drive there and find nice little places to spend the night.
Exactly.
In Spain, there will be in future coming emissions zones in bigger cities, but that is working in progress, so we don't know how that will be
in the future. So it's not the
progressing.
subject.
Yeah.
But beware.
Beware. And the maps and apps we use in Spain is gas oil for petrol prices or diesel prices. That is important because all the towns have like Repsol, which is really expensive, but they have always those low expensive places to have a diesel. So you can use the gas or other apps to actually find them. Otherwise, if we are going hiking, there is good app for that. It's All Trails. You can actually find good photos and descriptions about the hiking routes, and the hiking routes, they are everywhere in Spain. So even beside bigger cities, there's usually some nature area where the nice hiking routes go.
Yeah, and you can take like a 20-minute hike, 2-hour hike, 20-hour hike, or 2-week hikes. So there's everything for everybody.
And of course, Park for Night, we use it a lot for trying to find places to spend the night.
Yeah, it's very popular, and I think all of the so-called wild camping spots in Spain are in that Park for Night app, because Spain is so popular country. We travel with the Pulla Chihuahua.
And dog owning in Spain is really
relaxed and laid back. Everything.
Everything in Spain, it's not really a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. People go with their dogs unleashed a lot. So if you have a dog that doesn't like other dogs greeting you, then even we don't have any problems. We have an old, really grumpy dog who doesn't like any other dogs. We haven't had any problems.
Yeah.
So
dogs are there really friendly.
yeah. I think only thing different to other parts of Europe is the heartworm, which is there in Spain. So if you go there, I would recommend to get a heartworm treatment for your dog.
Yeah. It's a nasty disease, so it's better to prevent it than let it happen.
One thing, if your rabies vaccination goes out to date when you are in Spain, we do recommend to go to France, because in France you get 3-year rabies vaccination.
And in Spain, only 1, because Africa and high rabies countries are so close. We did not knew that, and we take a dog vaccination in Spain.
Yeah, so we learned, so you don't have to do the same mistakes. What comes to stores, we always love stores, grocery stores, and seeing what locals buy. And good example of what locals buy is Mercadona. It has a really thin
selection,
but those are the things that locals buy.
Everything you need.
Everything you need.
And they are very good quality.
Yeah, and also the fresh produce there, it's really great. We love the fresh produce counters in Mercadonas. And also one thing, they have fresh fish in every Mercadonas.
And seafood, even inland of the Spain, in the desert area. I don't know how it's possible.
So it's really
fresh
nice.
fish.
We love Mercadonas and the Hasedando brand that they have there. Really good produce.
Yeah.
Products. Because after a while you get actually used to what there is in Mercadona, and you find those
favorite products
that you buy every time when you go Mercadona.
Yeah.
So that's why it's lovely to go there. We also use Lidl, of course. Lidl is good.
And Spanish Lidl is really good.
Yeah, so we love it. It's always either we go Mercadona or Lidl if they are beside each other.
Then we go both, because we have both our favorite products.
Yeah.
Highlight of our travel week, going shopping.
Yes. And Carrefour is a hypermarket that are larger. They are a bit pricier.
It's a French brand, I think.
Yeah, and they have like a
special products
there.
International.
But if you come to Spain, first thing that you need to do is to go Al Campo.
It's a huge hypermarket with
Spanish selection. Yeah, Spanish selection. So if you want to actually go there to get Spanish selection and spend hours in grocery store, first thing that you can get, first thing when you get to Spain, go to
Al Campo.
Al Campo. You will be amazed. It's really nice store.
Yeah. Let's continue with the food subject and restaurants in Spain. There's so many bars and cafes in Spain. I think the most in whole world if you compare to population.
Yeah, every town has some restaurants and 10 or 20 bars.
Yeah.
It's funny when you go to small towns and there is 20 bars in that town.
And they are not fancy. They have like a plastic chairs and just simple settings there, but locals will love it. And the food there is cheap and the beverages are cheap.
We didn't like that much restaurant foods that we ate because we didn't. I think the better restaurants are in bigger cities.
And we avoid bigger cities. So we are more in the countryside where it's like a narrow selection.
And I think they're a bit lazy. They don't have that passion for food. For
like
example,
Italians and French people have.
They just make something that feeds you. Yeah, if I go to a restaurant, I want to have an experience. But usually in Spain, it's not experience. It's just a feed you.
Yeah.
There is a lot of menu ideas in restaurants. It's a
Menu of the day.
menu of the day is 10 euros approximately, and it's really simple food. And yeah, the food is
But it
itself.
works.
Yeah, food itself it's really simple in Spain. They love
Potatoes.
eggs, and for example, chorizos. They are quite simple as you think. It's just paprika and meat. But otherwise, I love the meats in Spain. That is one thing that I love in Spain. When you go to the grocery store and you can see the selection of meats there and all the things that you can get to the grill, it's really great. I love it. One thing about the restaurants we love is the Granada area and
The
the
tapas culture. Tapas is included in drinks. So we went for the drinks in Granada.
And got it like a table full of tapas in there. It was really nice.
Exactly. The drinks were like a 1 or 2 euros, and then they bring us olives and cheese and pigskin, nuts, everything. It was like a full basket or something, and everything was included in price. We absolutely love it. But you can buy tapas from the other parts of the Spain too. It usually costs like 1 or 2 euros.
The people in Spain, as we said, when you enter Spain, you can get the relaxed feeling immediately when you get there. They are really friendly, and it's really nice to actually be in Spain because you feel like home and really welcomed
Yeah, exactly.
wherever you go.
It helps to learn some Spanish because Spanish people do not speak that well English.
You don't have to have like a perfect vocabulary to speak Spanish in Spain. Just the simple things really is enough.
Yeah,
For
it
example,
helps.
we just learned in Duolingo some Spanish, and we got really great on everything we encountered on that travels.
Exactly. And when we had a problem with the car, we did use a Google Translator because it's more not so simple task.
Yeah. It's strange to Finnish people that we love silence. Spanish people, they talk really loudly.
Yeah, everybody almost like shouts, even especially in the Andalusian area in the south.
And also, it's strange to see when there's four people talking, they talk
In the top of each other's, like
the
all
same
the time,
all
like
the time.
that, like here, what we are doing now.
Four people talk like this.
Yeah, and everybody is talking about what they are talking. They don't listen. Oh, it seems like they are not listening to each other. They just talk about their own thing.
Yeah, it's
so nice to see and weird. And they love their families, la familia, and they spend a lot of time with their family.
healthcare in Spain. It's really, really good. They really do everything before
Yeah, they try to prevent
things to happen. For example, we went for dental checkups yearly, and it was free.
It was a private clinic. They took like X-rays and they cleaned our teeth, and it did not cost anything because that process is preventive.
Yeah, I don't know why, but we do always yearly.
Dentals in Spain for now on.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see. Works very good.
And also the healthcare system in there and healthcare centers in towns, you can get there really easily and get things done. You usually need a translator to explain things, but
after that everything works.
Yeah, so you don't need really insurance in Spain, or you don't have to go to English spoken clinic.
Yeah, but we come from the EU country and Spain is EU country, so it helps
a lot.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the safety in Spain, yeah, I think it's really safe country.
It seems safe.
It seems safe. Of course,
there's a lot of tourists, so of course there's a lot of money, and of course there's also bad people.
Yeah, and there is some thefts, and pickpockets in bigger cities, so you need to be aware of that.
Yeah. We
And
try to avoid the big cities, and when we park,
our van, the bigger cities, we always go for park for night and see reviews, how they say, if there's breakings or anything.
Then we change the spot. So that's how we have been avoiding the break-ins.
Yeah, and also it's same in every country, everywhere. We don't ever stay in motorways. There is
motorway stops.
Yeah, so we always go away from the motorways.
Yeah, because thieves are lazy and they drive like back and forth and search for easy targets. And when you are a traveler and you have been driving all day, you're knackered, you just want to go sleep, it's so easy to pull over to the gas station and see, okay, there's a lighting, there's a shop, there's a gas station, toilets, whatever, like nice little park, I will sleep here. But no, that's a total red flag. Do not ever do that.
Yeah,
Continue driving 10 minutes and drive off the motorway.
Even our government says that do not ever spend the night in motorway stops.
And still people do it.
Yeah. After all this talk, do we love Spain or hate Spain?
What do you think?
We love Spain.
Absolutely. It's so wonderful. Warm, sunny, not like now, here in the rain.
And the feeling you get immediately when you go to Spain, the relaxation and all that combined, we will spend a lot of winters in future in Spain.
For sure. It's a great country to be travel. Not so sure about living there because of the bureaucracy and the mañana things or something, but I'm sure those are overcoming facts too.
Yeah. So you will be seeing us in Spain a lot in future.
Yeah. That's a deal.
That's a deal. Thank you for listening. See you in next video next week. We'll be updating where we go next.
Yeah. Thanks so much for listening or watching this video.
Yes, it starts raining and again. We are in Finland, not anymore in Spain.
Not in a sunny Spain, no.
Yeah, it's sunny in Spain and it's raining in Finland.
You do the
math.
Yeah.
What we are thinking at the moment. Bye.
Bye.